57. Mike, 57.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Now a fair catch taken, maybe a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Only 29 yards on the punt there, definitely not his best. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
Hands up! Lead! 57 to Mike. What we got? What we got? What we got? Hands up!
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there.
57 Mike, 57. I'm here. 2-2. Move. Check 99. Check 99. Here we go. Can.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Open man is Ross, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
368. Hey, exit. Check, Mike.
So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bullock good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. On second down, Lynch. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So after the run by Lynch, here's another 1st and 10. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On second down, it's Lynch, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Now Wilson. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Running for it. Here's Lynch. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Go. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. Now it's caught inside the 25. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Forced out to, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
It's 2nd down.
Run left. 57's the mic. Watch 57. All day, pump.
To try again after the sack. Wilson, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check 50. Check 50. Check. Delta. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go. 18. 57.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down?
Mike is 59.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Geno Atkins. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
On 2nd and 11 now. Dalton, he's got Green. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. And Dalton to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a 1st down. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Now Joe Mixon. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Come on, QB, come on. Hey, Charlie. 50 seconds left. Exit. 50 seconds.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Hey, Haywood.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Toward the pylon, caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. From 10 yards out. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Extra point up and good by Bullock, and it's now 14-0. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Josh Gordon, 79 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers, and that'll make our score 14-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now this time he'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Give credit to K.J. Wright. He was disrupting defensively. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get in.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Myers connects on the PAT. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Bengals drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Alpha. Give me that ball, defense.
Mike check 33. 33.
Here you go, 368. Here you go, Cam. Hands up.
Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Got a man open. It's Ross. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Hands up. 318. 54. 368.
They're running.
The final act of the first half. Dalton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
54. Hey, tight.
First and 10 for Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 36. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Another chance for Dalton. His throw at about the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Andy Dalton with his third touchdown pass of the game. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson giving him once again his third sack of the afternoon. After the sack on first down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it, and he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble, gets him 12 yards. On third down, Wilson flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Wilson in the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on fourth. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 78 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. The extra point now coming from Myers. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Bengals drive about to get going. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter. So we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
On first and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Green brings it in. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Facing a second and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Mixon. And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races. races down the right side. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 54 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and they will take a 7-point lead. This is fielded a couple yards deep. A beautiful fake. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
They run again on first down, Lynch. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Wilson now off the bootleg, rolling to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Once again, they run with Mixon. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 20-yard line. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Lynch. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Big Geno Atkins there to bring him down. Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, Hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Carl Lawson, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really, really turning in an incredible performance. 4th down. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies
So a designed run last play. Now Dalton to pass. And able to find Green. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal 1st down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a Bengal 1st down, a pickup of 11. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.